Hello, and welcome to Easy English Chats. My name is Paul.
And I'm Eva. Thanks for joining us today.
Today, we have a topic that I think many people can relate to. We are talking about our worst travel fails.
Ooh, this is such a good one. A travel fail is a time when something goes very wrong on a trip or holiday.
Exactly. These stories might be embarrassing or stressful when they happen, but they are often quite funny to talk about later.
That's so true. And as we tell our stories, our listeners can practice some very useful English grammar, the past simple and the past continuous.
That's the plan. So, are you ready, Eva? Who is going to be brave and share their story first?
I think you should go first, Paul. I'm a little nervous to share mine.
All right, fair enough. My story happened a few years ago. I was traveling through Spain by train.
Oh, lovely. I love Spain.
It was beautiful. So I was in Seville and I was trying to catch a train to Madrid. The problem was I was a little late. I woke up late and I was rushing all morning.
Oh no, that's the worst way to start a travel day.
It really is. So I arrived at the train station and I heard the announcement for my train. It was about to leave. While I was looking for the platform number, I saw a train that looked right and people were getting on.
You were rushing.
I was definitely rushing. I didn't check the sign properly. I just ran. I was running as fast as I could with my big suitcase. I jumped on the train just as the doors were closing.
Phew, you made it. Or so you thought.
Exactly. So I found a seat and I was trying to catch my breath. The train started moving. I felt so relieved that I made it.
Right.
While I was relaxing and looking out the window, I saw the name of the first stop, and it was not a stop on the way to Madrid.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Yes, I got on the wrong train. I was going in the completely opposite direction. I was traveling west towards Portugal, not north to Madrid.
Oh, Paul, what did you do?
Well, first I panicked a little. Then I got off at the next station. It was a tiny, tiny village in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing there.
That sounds awful. So you were stuck there?
I was. I had to wait for 3 hours for the next train to take me back to Seville. And then I had to buy a new, very expensive ticket to Madrid. I lost a whole day of my trip and a lot of money.
What a classic travel fail. That's a great story and a great example of our grammar. You said, while I was relaxing, I saw the sign. The long action in the background, relaxing, is in the past continuous. The short action that interrupted it, saw, is in the past simple.
Perfectly explained, Eva. So that was my fail. Now it's your turn. What happened to you?
Okay. My story is a bit wilder. It also happened a few years ago. I was backpacking in Thailand.
Backpacking in Thailand. Nice.
It was amazing. I was staying in a simple bungalow on the beach on an island. It was very basic, just a small room with a bed. I didn't close my window because it was a hot night.
Okay, I have a feeling the open window is important to the story.
It is. So the next morning, I was sleeping. I was having a really nice dream. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise in my room.
What kind of noise?
It was a rustling sound, like someone was looking through my bag. I slowly opened my eyes, and I saw a monkey.
A monkey? In your room? You're joking.
I am not joking. A small monkey was standing next to my backpack, and while I was watching, it pulled my passport out of my bag.
No way. The monkey stole your passport?
It did. It grabbed my passport and a bag of crisps I had, and it ran towards the open window. I shouted and jumped out of bed, but it was too fast. The monkey climbed out the window and ran up a tall tree.
This is unbelievable. What did you do?
You couldn't climb the tree.
No, I just stood under the tree yelling at a monkey. My neighbors probably thought I was crazy. The monkey sat on a branch, opened the bag of crisps, and started eating them.
Did you get your passport back?
Eventually, after it finished the crisps, it looked at my passport, decided it wasn't food, and dropped it.
Thank goodness.
Yes, but it was damaged. It had monkey teeth marks on it, ends a little tear. I was so worried. I had to leave the island and go to the embassy in Bangkok to get a new one. It took 2 whole days of my holiday, all because of a hungry monkey.
Wow, Eva, I think your story wins. My story is just about being careless, but yours is an international incident with a monkey. It's so good, it makes me want to share another one. Do we have time for one more each?
Absolutely. I can laugh about it now, but it was stressful at the time. We definitely have time for more. Let's hear your next one.
Okay, great. This one isn't as dramatic as a monkey thief, but it was very embarrassing. It was a few years ago when I was planning my first solo trip to Rome. I was really excited.
Rome, how exciting. I can already sense a problem though.
You're right too. So I was on a tight budget. For weeks, I was searching the internet for a cheap place to stay. I was getting tired of looking when I finally found a hotel that looked perfect. It was cheap, central, and had good pictures.
The classic too good to be true situation.
Exactly. I was in a hurry, so I booked it without reading all the small details. I arrived in Rome late at night. I was dragging my suitcase down a dark street while I was looking for the hotel. Finally, I found the address, but it didn't look like a hotel.
Oh no, what was it?
It was a hostel, and not just a hostel. I had booked a bed in an 8-person dormitory room. When I opened the door, 7 strangers were sleeping in bunk beds. One person turned on a light and looked at me. It was so awkward.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare. I would have left immediately.
I wanted to, but it was after midnight and I had nowhere else to go, so I spent the whole night in this tiny room. While I was lying there listening to all the snoring, I regretted being so cheap and not reading the description properly. It was a long night.
A good lesson learned, though. And again, great grammar. While I was lying there, I regretted. A perfect example. Okay, my turn for a second story.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
This one happened when I was visiting a small town in rural France. I don't speak French very well, but I know a few basic words. I was feeling confident. I went into a small bakery to buy some bread for breakfast.
A French bakery. The best.
Definitely. So the baker, a very serious-looking woman, asked me something in French. I didn't understand. I was trying to remember the word for bread, pain, but my mind went completely blank. So I just pointed at a loaf of bread and said the first French word that came into my head, poisson.
Poisson? Doesn't that mean fish?
Yes, it means fish. The baker just stared at me. While she was staring, the other customers in the shop started to laugh. She looked so confused, pointing at the bread and then back at me and saying, "Poisson?" with a frown.
That is hilarious. What did you do?
My face went completely red. I was so embarrassed. I finally remembered the right word, pain, and she understood. I paid for my bread and ran out of there as fast as I could. I never went back to that bakery.
Asking for fish in a bakery is a top-level travel fail. I think that one might even be better than the monkey story.
Maybe. It just shows how important it is to learn a few key phrases before you travel, and how funny it can be when you get them wrong. Another good grammar example there. While she was staring, the other customers started to laugh.
Right, and while I was watching, the monkey pulled out my passport. It's a very useful structure for telling stories.
Well, those were some stressful memories, but they are good stories now.
They certainly are. It shows that even when things go wrong, it can be a memorable part of the adventure.
That's a good way to look at it. How about our listeners? We would love to hear your travel fail stories. Did you ever get on the wrong train? Or did an animal ever steal something from you?
Yes, please share them with us and leave a comment on this page.
That's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoyed the stories and practiced your English.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for another easy English chat. Bye for now.
Please like and subscribe. Bye, everyone.